I hope you don't get the sickness.
My boy Kurt is a stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedle dumb, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leaves him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beast dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need 3 wishes. Stay-at-home Disney dad.
By branding the logo into something. That's awesome. We meet a character that looks like Rabbit from Winnie the Pooh if he was on meth. Cowboy song to start, and then we meet the Cowboys. And there it is. We hear Rosanne Barr's voice. She used to have a home on the range, but not anymore. She's a cow. She doesn't have a home. The Willie brothers stole all the cattle one night, and her farmer had to sell her. So she's leaving now with a new cowboy. Her new home is a dairy farm. She's very excited. According to vegan ideals, dairy cows are not excited to be dairy cows, but there you are. Let's meet some characters. There's a grumpy goat, 3 little pigs, an old lady cow named Mrs. Calloway. There's a chicken voiced by Seinfeld's mom. We're introduced to a new cow, Maggie, who enters to rock music. She was a show cow, not sure what that means, but her entrance music was pretty awesome. Mrs. Calloway introduces everyone. The other cow is Grace. Maggie teaches everyone to burp. There's a cocky horse named Buck, and we get Story. Patch of Heaven is the name of the farm property, and if the owner can't make rent in 3 days, they're going to auction it off because she's so much in debt. The sheriff tells the owner she can sell some of her animals, and she loses her mind because you don't sell family. Maggie has an idea to make some money. She wants to take them to the fair. Maggie and Mrs. Calloway get at each other. Maggie asks, "What's her specialty?" "Sour milk, cowburn." The jokes in here they're all low-hanging fruit. And I feel you have to really be into westerns to completely lose yourself into this movie. It's all cowboy puns and Wild West gags. Buck the show-off horse has a dog friend. The 3 cows make it to town but get spooked by a firecracker and end up running into a saloon. Old-timey music plays while everyone bumbles and the place gets trashed. I have no opinion of Rosanne Barr, okay? As a person or as an actress, I really don't. I know she's a controversial figure that's always saying and doing things that get her in trouble. I'm not offended by her, and as strangely as a jaded Gen Xer, I'm not drawn to it either. Despite her behavior on and off camera, I honestly have no opinion of Rosanne Barr. I do, however, really hate the sound of her voice. I don't hate the sound of it because it's Rosanne Barr. I hate the sound of her voice because of the way her voice sounds. We meet Rico South, who's a bounty hunter, and he needs a horse because he's being paid to go find a fugitive. He gets Buck. The reward for the fugitive is the amount they need to save the farm, to the penny. We get more Western tomfoolery and some backstory. Alameter Slim is not only the fugitive they're hunting, but also the robber that robbed Maggie's farm and sent her into this predicament. On the journey, they meet some other bulls and do the "what's women like you doing a cattle drive like this?" And this is what I mean. This movie is so lazy. Like, okay, we need a joke here. There was one. So Alameter Slim is a cattle robber who uses his sweet yodeling skills to hypnotize cattle. Yeah. I feel like this review is going to be short, but there's just nothing to review. It's like they sat everyone down at the writing table, told everyone to scribble down every Western or farm cliche they could think of, and then they just wrote a movie around them in no particular order. There's 2 bumblers, and Alameter says he took the McDonald farm, and the bumblers say, "Old McDonald had a farm," then just to make sure everyone gets the joke, they pop up in front of the camera and go, "E-I-E-I-O." Back at the farm, the goat gets everyone riled up that the cows aren't ever coming back. I'm fighting to stay with this one, folks, I'll be honest. Buck makes a bunch of footprints to confuse them so they can't follow him, but then that's a bridge to absolutely nowhere as it immediately rains and washes away the footprints. Why include that? The rain turns into a flood and everyone wants to give up and everyone is sad and we get a sad song, which is actually really good. That slow song has been the absolute highlight of this movie so far. The meth rabbit is back and he's feeding them. His name is Lucky Jack because he's a jackrabbit and people used to come from all over to rub his lucky foot. This is again what I'm talking about. Back to the writing table. Lucky rabbit's foot. We need a rabbit who has a lucky foot and he's a jackrabbit and his name is Jack. No effort. Slim is on the same mountain as them, and Maggie wants to get him, and Mrs. Calloway wants to go home, but Maggie says, I tell you what, if we go get Slim and save the farm, she'll leave, and Mrs. Calloway will never have to see her again. Deal. I'm trying to think of any used cliches yet. It's going to be like a standoff, a draw at high noon. Okay, we're at the auction. Slim wears a disguise when he goes to the auctions to buy the property after he steals the cows and they go bankrupt. Okay, I'll give him credit. That's a pretty good plot. The cows stuffed things in their ears so they don't get hypnotized by his yodeling. I just wrote that because that happened in a movie. One of the bad guys looks like a cross between a Dick Tracy villain and Clue's Professor Plum. They try to steal Slim, but Buck steals Slim out from under them. The guy in purple who looks like Steve Buscemi looks into the camera and says, I gave up clown college for this. Pause for laughter. I missed a minecart chase. The animation has picked up a little here. The movie's starting to get a little charm, but we're so far gone. Like, we've already tumbled through the hole in the outhouse, and we're just trying to scrape our way back out at this point. Rico hops out, and swerve! Rico works for Slim. Buck is now sad because he thought Rico was the absolute badass, but he's just a sellout. Now Buck is on Team Jackrabbit and Cow. The cows get caught and put in a train car. Maggie takes Calloway's pumpernickel hat and tosses it outside the car. That's her trigger. Calloway's eyes go red, and she smashes through the side to get her hat back. Everyone's free. They flatten Rico. They let loose all the other cows. Rosanne yells, "Cows rule!" You know, this is the exact moment for the first time since we started watching these Disney movies. I'm not having fun. Animation is still great. I think my mind was so desperate to like something and connected the scene to Big Thunder Mountain and Magic Kingdom. Those are good memories. Watching Home on the Range, not good memories. Slum's alter ego at the auction is Mr. Yodel. Because of course it is. Yodel, he yodels. The train arrives and the cows get out, and here it is. We get the old Western standoff duel stance like I talked about. They fight Slim, who is yodeling. A cowbell gets launched into the sky. Grace jumps up and slow motion soccer kicks it into Slim's mouth. He's arrested and the cows are given a bag of money by the human sheriff. What world are we living in? The animals get handed a bag of money. They save the farm. The story makes front page of the newspaper, and that's over. That's it. Okay, Tim McGraw, Bonnie Raitt sang songs for this movie. Those are two extremely high-end country music superstars who could not be cheap. So right at the buzzer, we figure out what happened. They took the budget for Home on the Range, took 90% of said budget and split it between Tim McGraw, Bonnie Raitt, Rosanne Barr, Judi Dench, Jennifer Tilly, Cuba Gooding Jr., Randy Quaid, and Steve Buscemi. Then they took the last 10% and paid the writers, I guess. I very rarely allow these reviews to dip into the full-on negative, but I gotta be honest here, folks. Being a feature movie, I mean a straight to VHS and DVD, but still a feature movie with Alan Melkin involved in it, and this cast of voiced actors, and after all that, it was still almost unwatchable. I gotta say, so far, Home on the Range, absolutely worst Disney movie I've seen.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism and personal appearance that he has. Thank you.